Hi, my name is Mrs. Stedman, and I am really excited to be able to teach you some American Sign Language. Sign language is one of my favorite things to study and to teach, and I'm really glad that you're interested in taking this course. Before we start learning some signs, I'd like to spend a little bit of time learning about what American Sign Language is, who uses it, and where it came from. American Sign Language is a language, just like French or Spanish or Swahili. The only difference is you use your hands to speak and your eyes to listen. There are many sign languages around the world, used by deaf and hard of hearing people. American Sign Language is used by deaf and hard of hearing in the United States and Canada. If you go to Australia or New Zealand or Europe, they'll have different signs. But these signs will help you communicate with deaf people here in the United States. Where did American Sign Language come from? Well, about 200 years ago, there was a girl in Connecticut named Alice Cogswell. She was part of a wealthy family. Her father was a doctor. Her parents loved her very much. But one day, the man next door noticed that the other children weren't playing with her. She was sitting by herself. When he asked the children why, they told him that she was deaf. They couldn't talk to her. She couldn't talk to them. And back then, a lot of people thought that if you were deaf, you couldn't be educated and you were pretty dumb too. Well, this man, Mr. Gallaudet, wasn't so sure about that. So he went over to see Alice. He started to talk to her by drawing words and pictures in the dirt, and she caught on really quickly. Mr. Gallaudet realized that Alice wasn't dumb at all. She was very smart. She just didn't have a way to communicate. So her father asked Mr. Gallaudet to go to Europe to see if he could find someone that could help her get an education. In Europe, deaf people were beginning to be taught in schools. Well, Mr. Gallaudet went to France and found a school where deaf people were learning sign language. And through sign language, they were able to communicate not just simple things, but ideas about religion and philosophy. And Mr. Gallaudet knew this was what Alice and other deaf children in America needed. He met a student named Laurent Clair. This man had graduated from the deaf school, and he was willing to go back to America with Mr. Gallaudet to start a school there. They started the first school for the deaf in Connecticut, and Alice was the first student to sign up. Many other children started signing up too. And soon, American Sign Language was created and spread throughout our country. Alice Cogswell was probably the first person to learn the alphabet that you're about to learn. The first signs I'm going to teach you are the signs for the letters of the alphabet, and there's a couple reasons for this. First of all, if you know the letters of the alphabet, you can spell words even if you don't know the signs for them, and that'll help you communicate with people who use sign language. But secondly, when you know all of these letters, we're going to use those same shapes that you make with your hands to make the other signs in sign language. So getting these shapes and signs down will help you learn more signs in the future. I'm going to show you how to make each letter, and then we'll practice it to the ABC song. You'll have to do a lot of practice at home too. It'll take a little while to learn. It'll feel a little awkward at first, but you'll catch on really quick. And in the next lessons, I'll teach you more signs so that you can introduce yourself to a deaf person, read some stories in sign language, and carry on basic conversations. When you sign the letters of the alphabet, you're going to hold your hand up here, right around your shoulder and your chin. This is the letter A. You notice how it kind of has a stick and a circle, just like a lowercase a. A. To make the letter B, show the number 4, but put your fingers together and put your thumb across. B. C is pretty simple. It looks like the letter C. D. Also, you can see the circle and the stick that make a lowercase d. D. E. Make sure all your fingers are on your thumb. Like one of my students said, it's like people are riding a bus. E. For letter F, you're going to make a circle with your finger and thumb, like you're saying I'm fine. Remember, F is like the word fine. G. You're going to take your thumb and your finger almost like you're about to pinch something, and you're going to hold it with your finger pointing to the side. G. For the letter H, just make 2 fingers point instead of 1. I kind of looks like a little I. Just stick your pinky up in the air. For the letter J, you're going to take your pinky and twist it, like you're writing the letter J. K, you're kind of trying to make the letter K with your fingers. You can see one stick pointing up and then another one diagonally going up and down. You'll hold it with this finger pointing towards your face. K. L, pretty simple. You just make the letter L with your thumb and your finger. M, you're going to put 3 fingers over your thumb. M. You can kind of see the letter M in the shape that your fingers make. N, you're going to put 2 fingers over your thumb. Again, kind of like you're writing a lowercase n. O, just make an O with your hand. For the letter P, you're going to make the same shape you did for letter K, but you're going to point it downwards instead. P kind of looks like a person walking. P. For Q, you're going to take the same pincher shape, but point it down again. Q. For the letter R, you're going to cross your fingers, kind of like the stick and the hook on the lowercase letter R. S, make a fist, but put your thumb on top. S. For letter T, you're going to put 1 finger over your thumb. So M has 3 fingers, N has 2 fingers, and T has just 1. T. For the letter U, you're going to kind of make a U shape with 2 fingers up like this. For V, you'll hold them out to make a V shape. For letter W, you're just going to go from 2 fingers to 3, like a letter W in the air. X, just crook your first finger. For Y, kind of imagine that your arm is the stick and these 2 fingers are the points of the Y. And for letter Z, you're going to take your big finger and just write the letter Z in the air. Okay, I'm going to go through them one more time, just saying the letters as I make the shape. I'll turn my hand a little bit so you can see my hand from all sides, but when you're signing it, you're going to want to keep your hand still. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Very good. All right, now let's see if we can sign the alphabet to the ABC song. This song goes pretty slowly, but it's usually hard to sign to a song the very first time. If it feels like the letters are going way too fast and your hands and fingers aren't doing what you want, that's okay. Take a break, keep practicing, and pretty soon you'll be able to sign these letters to the song. The more you practice, the faster and faster you'll be able to go. This version of the song at the end says, "Sing, sing, I can sing." So I'm going to teach you those signs too. This is the sign for music or sing. This is the sign for I, pretty simple, just point to yourself. And for the word can, take two fists and put them down like this. I can sing. All right, are you ready? Let's try the song.
Dream English, www.dreamenglish.com. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Sing, sing, I can sing, 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 I can sing, 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 I can sing, A, B, C.
Great job! Keep practicing and you'll get faster and faster. A good way to practice at home is to go to the YouTube channel called Super Simple Songs and find their song called The Alphabet Chant. It starts a little fast and then it gets faster and faster. So once you've practiced the letters by yourself a few times, turn on that song. It shows pictures of the signs and it plays them in order over and over. It's a lot of fun and great practice. Thank you so much for joining me for this class today. I look forward to seeing you next time and helping you learn more sign language. Bye!